As is rule in the military, no one really knows what's going on until it's actually happening.
True.
You just got a quick primer on how the military runs.
Do we have any videotape recording this yet? Very well. All right. Turn on your mics, gents. We all on?
Hello.
Hello?
Radio check over. That's mine.
Rosebud.
Yes. I'm important. I have a radio.
All right, so we're finally ready to start. Okay. Well, I can only think of one appropriate way to start this off.
You can start by talking into your microphone.
I don't have to.
I'm just saying.
I don't have to. You gotta do it all the way over here.
Either use the microphone or use your command voice. One of the two.
All right.
There we go.
Has anybody heard of Adrian Cronauer? So the only way to start this is Good morning, BronyCon.
Really?
There you go.
That's how you're gonna do it, man. Good morning, BronyCon.
See, you did the Robin Williams voice, though. That's not exactly the right one.
But that's how we.
Okay, fine.
Just saying. I'll be quiet now.
All right, I might as well just have an introduction to start with. All right, introductions. This is the Military Bronies panel, in case you got lost getting here. We will be going over your terrorism awareness brief today. Just kidding, we're not doing that.
100% your analysis afterwards.
All right, so the panelists are, you have Tweak, also known as Jake the Army Brony, who you may know from his fan
Jake
fiction
the Army
writing.
guy.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
From his fan fiction writings Under a Luminous Sky.
Yes.
You have,
Feature on Equestria Daily.
you have,
I always get, it's a little foot mark I have to have in there. You know?
you have Rainbow Dash from meetup.com. Got into all that stuff. You have Acer, also known as Saber from Military Bronies Facebook. And you also have Commander Firebrand, who is also Josh Scorcher. And he is the commanding officer of FOB Equestria.
Hi, this is the Fiery Joker, if you guys get that reference.
Some of you should. And I am going to be your
You're a little
saunter
late.
hoof, which is your friendly
little late.
neighborhood moderator. All right. Hi, Black Griffin.
Hi.
Black
He's
Griffin
trying
is
to
also
hide,
here,
but no,
gentlemen.
he came here late. Yeah.
Colors. Yes, and the pointy stick at the end.
Okay, I'll sit down. The history of the spontoon is steeped in military tradition.
All right, so now that we got that out of the way, we're going to start off with animations, so some of you might want to take a seat or just stand depending on your positions. So if the guys in the back don't mind starting off with the two animations.
I think the first one is Private Fluttershy.
Yeah.
The first one, as I live and breathe and sit before you, this actually happened to me. So, yeah, go ahead.
Based on real events. No, really, this happened.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
I did. Yes.
It did actually happen.
Yeah, this is an absolutely 100% true story. No one ever believes me, but this happened. Yeah. Yeah. I say it's not important what you say; it's how you say it. What? What? That didn't happen.
What in the wide world?
Oh, the private Applejack?
That lot's
no.
better than Death by
just
PowerPoint,
reenact
let me tell you that.
There have a problem.
Do we want to reenact it?
We can. I mean, how many persons do we need? I mean, we
Just-
just 3, 4, and then Mish.
What?
Mish will just do his thing.
Okay, if we want to reenact, people are still coming in, so.
There's lots of people still coming in, so let's.
Yeah, just a little background for what we're trying to show you here is I'm a drill sergeant in Fort Benning, Georgia, and occasionally the privates have found out every now and then that I actually enjoy, because I have at work on my desk I have a little derpy mouse pad. So every now and then they'll come in, they'll be at parade rest, so I'm chewing them out, and I could see their eyes flick down for a second, like, is that what, that, quit looking around, you're at parade rest. So yeah, so apparently what you're gonna see here is, I found out later that this soldier had actually found out that I was in the Ponies somehow, and so this happened. If we can fight technology and make it happen. Yes, of course. Again, it's the military. Nothing can work right. The first casualty in every
Based
military...
on real events.
Here we go.
No, really, this happened.
No, ow! They got us all worked up, and no. As I say, the first victim in every military operation is the plan.
Should we?
Yeah.
We apologize.
Yes, I just, the Shining Armor with the corn dog cosplay is absolutely beautiful. Come here. Oh my God. I had to show. This is this, and he's got the reflective belt. He's got the reflective belt. Yes. For those of you not in the military, the most important thing you'll ever do in your military career is put on a reflective belt.
Safety first.
Reflective belts save lives. That is beautiful. Are you're military, I'm assuming? Air Force. Okay, so you... Chair Force.
I saw you in Manus. Oh, we did? Oh, yeah!
Yeah, more cowbell. You got a fever. I don't know.
Tweet.
I don't. Hey, back there. Do we have internet connection on that laptop back there? Because it is online. No. Okay.
You want to just do it?
Yeah, we'll just we're gonna do an impromptu reenactment real quick. So I need 3 people for 1, 2, and 3, and then. All right.
Too late. What?
Okay, you stay here.
Just here with me. Just here with me and spectate.
Yeah. Keep watching. All right, so.
Oh, you killed her, man. You killed her. Here.
She's just tired.
There, see?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I outrank you. Just saying.
I'm getting out in 2 months.
It ain't 2 months yet. All right, so you're out front of the chow hall. They march in. They call off their number, and this happens. All right. All right, you little misguided coat hanger ninjas, get your sword. After the chow hall. Move it. 1 drill sergeant. 2 drill sergeant. Whoa, hold up. Right there, Brian. Look here. You better reach down, grab your boy bitch, and try it again. Louder. Louder. Louder.
Yay.
That was legit. It just got rid.
You are now officially my favorite private in the history of ever. Now, get over there, future major.
Yes.
Hey Josh, I hope you don't need your seat. But this video is actually, as you can tell, it is animated very well and is fully voiced. So this will actually be available on YouTube on the conclusion of either this panel or today, depending on how fast we can get to a computer.
There's another one we had made. Is anyone here familiar with action figure therapy? The action figure therapy. We did. I had a special commission done of a pony version of the Jungle doing the "I love my job." I love my job. And we can't show it right now, apparently, but it's incredibly well done. I actually even sent it in to the guys who make action figure therapy, and they loved it. They said, here's the music you can use for the background. We love it. So, yeah. It'll be available on the Fob Equestria YouTube account as soon as, probably maybe the end of today or the end of the con.
Probably tomorrow, something like that.
Yeah. So,
All right.
just trust me, it would have been awesome.
All right, so our issue so far is that now that we've done the animations, we might as well go into...
Animations.
Now we've done the animations, we can go into our biographies, how we got involved into ponies and all this other stuff. And I want you guys to kind of think about this for a second. Last year, we attended the Military Bronies Luncheon. And I know for a fact that when I went down there, I assumed there wouldn't be really more than 15 people, even though they had reservations for 40. We got there, it turned out that there were 60, and Josh over here was going ahead and getting names for a Military Bronies website if we wanted to go ahead and try creating that. And the year before that, I was just about to ship out to Afghanistan when I discovered ponies. And now you are at BronyCon 2013 in a Military Bronies panel. We have Military Bronies Facebook, we have Semper Philly, we have Fob Equestria. First Awesome Platoon does their art and all that stuff. You've got DJ Tatsua and DJ Hollowpoint doing their music.
This guy over here, working with Michelle Krieber and doing all sorts of really cool music stuff. Like this, I don't know why he's sitting off the table. This is like the closest thing we had to a celebrity in the group. So and then at the end of this, it's like how on God's green earth did we get here to this point? So how did y'all get here? We're gonna let you start.
Me? How
Yeah.
did I get here?
Yeah.
Way back in the year 2010, I was witness to a show that was labeled an atrocity in the history of animation. And I really liked it. And I was kind of embarrassed because honestly, when my sisters fell in love with My Little Pony back before it was awesome, it turned them into girly girls, and they were the tomboys, They climbed trees with me, they played in the mud, and then by the time that show came out, all they wanted to do was comb pony hair. And so I'm like, oh my God. So, years later, I'm already have decided, before watching the show, that I don't like it. And by the time I saw the first clip I saw was Fluttershy singing, "She's an evil enchantress, she does evil dances," right? And I was like, I have to see it in context. So I searched around, because at that point, I don't think the term brony existed. Or if it did, not many people went by it, because it was still secret. It wasn't epic like it is now. Everyone knows what a brony is now. Or everybody knows what a brony is. Everyone I talk to. Everyone here, there's a chance. But yeah, so I started drawing stuff from the show, and then I got encouraged to continue doing it when one of the animators for the show saw some of my art, commented on it, and complimented me. And then I wrote Proud to be a Brony, and people like that. And the DHX staff actually heard that too. So that's when I got in contact with some of the VAs, and things just kind of went from there. And now I'm, I guess, as cheesy as it is, I am very proud to be a Brony. And it's awesome to be here. So thank you very much.
Hey, Proud to be a Brony! He wrote that song! Proud to be a Brony!
I think the most important thing is, when is Applelicious coming out? It's been like a year or something. All right.
I may be possibly in October going to Vancouver, so look for it around that time if I can meet up with the person I need to meet up with to make that happen. It's fingers crossed. We'll see. But I do intend to make an official Applelicious. So, yeah.
And not a Big Mac fake out.
No.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the derby dropping at the end broke me a little. Like, I had to reset my brain. It was so funny. All right. So just want to. All right. So yeah, I was always been into the nerd culture, things like Star Trek, Star Wars, whatnot. And it was funny enough that I was trolling around Meme Base and all those that culture, and I started seeing memes for ponies, and it was all really goofy. These guys being so proud of, I like ponies, so what? And I thought it was kind of cute. Now, eventually, I started finding myself, I'm looking for those memes. And then one day I realized that I'm going that space specifically to see ponies. So I figured, let's give it a shot. So I literally put in My Little Pony in YouTube, and the first thing that came up was Swarm of the Century. And I watched it, and it's like, I chuckled at Pinky, I dawed at Fluttershy, the same thing you always do. And I watched it, and that was pretty good. And I watched another one, and 2 turned into 3, 3 turned into 4, and 4 turned into, oh my God, I have to wake up in half an hour for PT. What the hell? and it was, at apparently, like a week later, I had watched all the episodes, and I had moved on to looking at, things like Pony Chan and Equestria Daily, and I realized, I'm a brony. But it's a rabbit hole I fell into that I'm very happy that I did. And it's inspired me. Like I never imagine myself trying to write fiction, and now I write it, and apparently people really like it. So it's inspired me like it's inspired a lot of people. So yeah. Not nearly as epic as this guy, but hey.
Well, I haven't been a brony too long. I got back from a deployment in 2012, April. I came back, and I was overseas for 6 months. Never really had a hobby or anything. Came back, and I was looking for something new. So I ended up going to that weird part of YouTube, like everybody else's experience, I'm sure.
The seedy underbelly of the internet.
So. A gentleman was doing a self-doc on being a brony. He said, I am a brony. So I started doing a little bit of research, got into it, and the first episode I ever saw was Dragon Quest. And what sold me was Crackle's cousin. I saw that, I was in. That sold me, and I enjoyed it ever since. And here I am. I never thought that I'd be where I am today, honestly. I was at BronyCon last year. I was actually the owner of the Mustang that was at the convention last year, for anybody who does remember that.
That was you?
That was me. That was my car. Signed by Lauren Faust. That was me. Yeah, so I'm just trying to collect signatures on the car right now. I do have Lauren Faust and Tara Strong, who have both signed my vehicle.
How do you get that to the table? How do you get that into the autograph room?
Piece by piece.
Awesome.
You got to disassemble it,
dedication,
reassemble it.
people.
But I am the owner of that, and I am a firefighter in the military, so I'm kind of a minority, as you could say. We are kind of stereotyped as being like, hey, we're like Hogan's Heroes, we're a bunch of Billy B.A.s, and whatnot, but realistically, that's not the case. I'm a human like everybody else. I have emotions, and, I enjoy the fandom. I enjoy the brotherhood. This is what this is a brotherhood. I've been doing this my entire life, summer camps, firefighting, that kind of stuff. And that's what sold me. So here I am today, and as a matter of fact, I'm actually going with Mike and Microphone tonight to go grab some beers. So I'll be hanging out with him.
Beer! Beer, good!
I like the cider.
All right, so I started about 2 years ago, like I said, just before my deployment to Afghanistan, and that was... I was just surfing the internet, going on to like Failblog and stuff, which I had already been a fan of for a long time. And then I wandered into that section of Failblog that was the My Little Brony section. And then I saw somebody was able to actually post a clip of the Dragonshy episode where Fluttershy confronts the dragon. I decided, okay, well, this is interesting. I'll just give this one little clip a shot. And I ended up laughing my butt off the entire time, and I just had to watch the rest of the episode, which I did. And then at that point, I was like, I'm going to have to actually watch it from the start. So I did. And there were a few times, I'll be honest, there was a few times when Rarity was trying to do makeovers and stuff, I was like, eh.
Screw you, Rarity's best pony.
That's not how you say Applejack.
I believe it's pronounced Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash, I believe.
Look what you did!
Children.
Chaos!
Spike is best pony.
Eddie's!
You guys are worse than the Skype chat. Seriously, come on now.
That's unfair!
All right.
Should we bring up toasters?
No!
Sorry about inside joke, y'all. You don't want to get it. Never mind.
Anyways, so I went ahead and I decided, okay, I'll just save this stuff that I've seen. And I ended up downloading most of the episodes off of like some file sharing website or something like that. And into my deployment in Afghanistan, like 2 or 3 months in, it was really, really, really hectic, and I'd been up for like 36 hours eating nothing but like Christmas candies that got sent to us. It was terrible. And then at the very last second, I tried to help somebody out, and this guy was like a staff NCO, and he just ripped me a new rear end just for trying to help him. And from that point on, I was like, oh man, this place sucks. I hate this place. I don't want to be here. Just screw everything. I was in a terrible mood. And then I thought to myself, what I should do? I need something happy and colorful and bright to cheer me the freak up, because this crap needs to end.
I wonder what he's thinking about.
And that was the first thing I did, was I went, okay, you know what? I'm going to give My Little Pony a shot again. And I watched it, and it was just like, all of a sudden, part of me just came back awake all of a sudden. It was just like, here was all of this darkness and crap that I was constantly having to endure, and then I just watched a few seconds of the intro, and it was...
the rain is gone.
A few seconds into the intro, it was like, that is what I need more of, and that is the thing that kept me going in my deployment to Afghanistan. Now, I'll give you guys all a reprieve. It was not a combat deployment or anything. I didn't have to see any sort of really stressful things. I was just under stress myself, mainly from not sleeping. But after that, that's when I went to BronyCon and decided to get involved with the community and everything else, and it hasn't stopped from there. Yes, sir.
Sleep is a crutch.
Yeah, mine is very similar. I was set to I deployed to Afghanistan last year and came back this year. And right before deployment, I was feeling real nervous and kind of like scared-ish. And so and I had been seeing on my forums and on Facebook and stuff all these ponies. And initially, I kind of hated them. I was like, these guys watch a show made for little girls. What the heck? What is wrong with these people? And then I was like, but then I saw a clip of Fluttershy at the gala busting in the door and going, "You're going to love me!" And I was like, oh man. I need to, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna find this episode. And I'm gonna watch it from 1 to wherever episode this is, and to see where this is, just to get the context behind it. All of season 1 later in that night. I was awake. I went to PT because I didn't sleep, and I did PT. I was real tired, and I came back. And that next night, I watched season 2. Woo! And then I was like, you know what? I'm kind of comfortable. So the next outing I did with my buddies, I went to Hot Topic and got a couple shirts. I was like, kind of hiding it at first, going like. and then I grew more confident and stuff. And but yeah, and then I deployed, and then I was thinking, you know what? I'm comfortable enough to call myself a Brony, but I wonder if there are other military guys out there. There has to be. I can't be the only one. And so I put my acronym senses. My acronym senses were tingling because military, everything's acronyms. And so I was like, what's a gathering place that's kind of universal for every service? Oh, FOB. Oh. Forward Operating Base, yes, it's not FOB, but it's FOB and FOB, and then so I was like, what's the land of the magical pretty ponies? Equestria. Searched it up, bam, FOB Equestria. These guys, yeah. So that's how I started, and now I'm an admin for Military Brony's Facebook. I'm Saber, and avid member of FOB Equestria, and I'm a member of Semper Philly. But yeah, that's basically how I got started in the fandom. Oh yeah, and by the way, a little background: I'm a specialist in the Army, and I fix a little-known helicopter called the Kiowa Warrior. And Spitfire's the best pony because I named my helicopter Spitfire. So your argument is invalid.
Oh.
Do you want to die?
I'm waiting to see how long you can stand there at parade rest with the guide on. Hey, okay, keep your knees slightly bent to allow for circulation, all right? Don't lock your knees. Just saying. All right, I'm done.
Oh, yeah. Nice. All right, my name is Josh. You might know me from my internet persona as the Fiery Joker. I do. How I got started? Well, I suppose I use meme base a lot, and yes, I really love meme base. I like a lot of cheap laughs, and well, when I was searching on meme base, there were a couple like pony pictures around. This was actually, I think this was before My Little Brony was created. Yeah, it was. And I was just searching out all these and then at first I was just thinking, oh great, it's just 4chan at it again. They found something new to make people mad. I was looking at them. I'm like, okay, these are kind of interesting, but I wasn't really tempted to watch this show after that. And then Starscream versus Rainbow Dash came out. Yeah, and when I watched that, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, wow, the animation for this new pony thing is really cool. It's like they got a couple new action scenes, and that little brain boom thing was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm still not watching the show. Yeah, and the breaking point was when one of my friends told me that, and this particular friend, he has extremely high standards. Like, borderline hipster, he hates everything popular, he nitpicks everything. In fact, my character that I play, it's a little bit based off of him and the high unreasonable standards that he has. And one day I was just chatting with him on Facebook, and which is really, really weird because I never use Facebook. And
it's too mainstream.
Yeah, and he told me, he's like, oh hey, I need to introduce you to MLP-FIM. And me, I'm just like, what's that stand for? And then he tells me, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. My head hit the desk, I'm like, oh no, him too.
No, they got you too.
And then I'm like, okay, and then what's going through my head is like, okay, this guy who hates everything popular, he hates Death Note, he hates every popular anime out there, he hates every popular movie out there. And I'm like, and he likes this. Okay, whatever. And then I watched the first episode, and yeah, I wasn't a brony then. And then I'm just looking at it, and it's like, yeah, there were some good things in it, there were some bad things in it, and I kind of focused a little too much on the bad because I felt the need to defend my masculinity to myself. So yeah, but the thing is, it's like, what part of my character is that I don't like to judge things until I've seen all of it. So whenever I watch a show, I don't want to make a judgment on it until I've seen all of it. So I watched every single episode, and
Wait. Hold on. You watched every episode before you even knew if you liked it or not? So you're telling me that if you found a show that you really, really didn't like, you would say, well, that for episode was crap, but you know what? I'm not going to judge till I watch the entire run.
Yeah, that's...
So when are you going to decide whether you like The Simpsons or not? I'll get back to you in like 20 years.
I'm not even opening that can of worms. Way too many seasons. That's like, and I haven't seen all of The Simpsons, so I'm just gonna quote Yahtzee. It's like, Simpsons has been going on for 12 seasons and hasn't been good since the 5th. Yeah. Anyways, after that derail by missing your tweak, where was I? I lost my train of thought.
You watched every episode.
Watched every episode, and I think it was around that point where I could safely say that I was a brony in denial. I didn't want to admit to myself that I was a brony, and it was. It's like I was watching it, and I thoroughly convinced myself that I didn't like this show, but I still watched every single episode that came out. I still watched all the brony memes, and it's like, no, I'm not a brony. It's like, what are you talking about? It's shocking when I think about it. It's like I was legitimately in denial. It just kept going, and after I finished all the episodes, I'm just like,
I'm not a brony.
Maybe I should.
I'm
maybe
not a
I should make
brony.
video about
I'm not a
this.
brony.
It's like, it's like after I finished the episodes, I felt a compulsive need to talk about it to someone, and since I'm not an extrovert, I didn't want to talk to anyone in my platoon. So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm fairly popular on the internet, so why not? I think I'll make a video review of it. And so I basically ripped off the Nostalgia Critics style of reviewing, and I reviewed My Little Pony because, well, he's never going to do it. And I reviewed
Lay 'em
it,
fat
and people.
words.
I reviewed it, and people loved it. People thought it was funny. At the end, I said it wasn't a brony, and I was lying. And I said it wasn't a brony, and
Liar.
apparently, and
Integrity.
yeah, people. One day, it was a normal morning formation, and it was a normal morning formation, normal morning muster, 0745. I was just sending information, and then all of a sudden, I hear this booming voice by my gunnery sergeant. It's like, Lance Corporal Burner, front and center. And then I snap to attention. I march to the center, and me being the little boot lance, I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? What did I do?
I'm gonna die.
What did I do?
But in reality, his face looked like this.
But inside,
Yeah, and so it's like, good morning, Guardian Sergeant Lance Corporal Burner reporting his order. I'm a corporal now, so. And then he just stands up for his wrist and says, as you all know, Lance Corporal Burner has bravely reviewed My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. It's like, and what's going through my head is the whole process. It's like processing. Da-ding, 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 da-ding.
we're sorry. The brain you're trying to reach is not here right now. Please try again.
And then it finally clicks that, oh my gosh, everyone in the room has seen my Little Pony review.
You just got outed.
Everyone has seen it. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone knows that I watched a show. I'm like, oh, I need to hide somewhere. and then, so upon for the bravery of his actions, we are presenting him with a medal. They pull out a Brony shirt and hand it to me.
I know, right? Well, see, that's not. I mean, they just called me gay. I mean, how do you get a T-shirt and I just get the disapproving stare of.
Yeah. So I got my Brony shirt. And so I was militarily indoctrinated into Bronydom.
He is the only officially recognized by the U.S. military brony.
All right.
Yeah, and so after that, I got a couple. I did get a couple snide comments from people saying it's like, haha, Brony. I'm like, shut up, I'm famous. Yeah, and so that's really the point when I just said, okay, I'm gonna admit it. I'm a
Wow.
I'm a No, my mind refuses to accept it! I'm a
One of us. We accept him, one of us.
All right. The panel looks like it's probably closing in on time. I don't know what the new times are because some of the scheduling.
It should be an hour, so we should be till 11:30. We should be good.
All right. Well, that gives us 30 minutes for question and answer, and we can throw some stuff in.
Hey, 1 second. We got the celebrity wants to talk real quick.
Oh, do I?
Apparently.
Oh no, I said I might have to jet. So.
Oh, he may have to leave. Again, he's too important. He can't sit here. We can't sit here with you commoners. Oh no, I have to go meet with the voice actresses and collaborate with them. Yes.
We haven't even rehearsed. We're doing a show.
Exactly. I have to go rehearse with Michelle Creeber. Yes, because I work with her. Yes, you pedestrian little common pony folk. You can stay here. No, dude. Yeah, no, you can go if you need to go. Because I know if he doesn't go and it sucks, you can say, well, I was gonna come practice, but there's this guy Tweak over here that shamed me into staying at the Brony panel.
All right. So does anybody have any questions?
Got it.
first.
It,
Just for the look.
Okay, I just need to be near. I got 2 comments and a question. First off, I haven't seen all The Simpsons, and I actually haven't even seen all this episode, but I've seen about 2/3 of it. And if you're going to see one Simpsons episode, see Lemon of Troy. It rocks. There's like this tree that gets stolen, and there's
I
an
remember that
awesome
one.
chase
The
scene.
Shelbyville, yeah.
And tigers with Roman numerals. It's so cool. Anyway, let's see. Second off, the comment that goes with the question is, my cousin's into transcendental meditation. He thinks if enough people meditate that there could be like world peace. And I wondered if you guys think if enough people were bronies that maybe do the same thing.
I can answer that. So, I can answer that, I think. So, one of the things that we have on the site is like, the core values that we all have. What we noticed was that a lot of the military values and everything kind of share with the same values as My Little Pony and everything. And the simple answer is if people really truly lived by those values and worked by them, then yeah, it's possible you could get something like that. But the situation is most people will sacrifice their values sometimes for whatever necessary or temporary gain. I know that some of you who are more active in the community are fully aware that there is such an evil in this universe known as Brony politics, which is far worse than any amount of politics that has ever occurred anywhere in the known world. So the idea of sacrificing your own values in order to get some other form of gaining can just kind of erode that away. So yeah, everybody does a little bit. So oh, you gotta go.
he has to go.
Okay. He must
Bye,
go now.
Griffin.
His planet needs him.
Hey, for all that make fun of him, he is Black Griffin's the man. Thanks for being here, dude.
We love you too.
We're mildly indifferent to you.
Hello?
Yes.
2 questions. What Linux distro are you using for your laptop? And a person all the way to the right, second person. What do you write?
Who? Him?
Oh, you.
Who's right?
Me.
Yes, you.
Me, yes.
What do you write?
I'm sorry?
You say you wrote fan
Yeah,
fiction.
I have fan fiction. The story is called Under a Luminous Sky. It's a murder mystery with a slight supernatural twist to it. It's been featured on the Questioner Daily, and apparently in the Pony Fiction Vault, it's on there too. And apparently people really love it. So my handle on FanFiction is Jake the Army Guy. It's pretty simple to remember. Just look me up and you'll read it. If you see it, comment, favorite, all that good stuff. I'm a literary changeling. I live off of reviews and comments. So.
Okay, to my first question, what Linux distro are you using for your laptop?
This isn't our laptop.
Yeah. Stable and stable.
We have no idea.
Yeah, I'm a computer literate.
Linux,
It's got buttons on it.
Linux, Debian, stable.
Hello, and thank you for the wonderful panel thing. I know you're all, well, most bronies are men, of course. I wonder, have you met any female military bronies?
We have one registered user on our forums, and that's just an actual registered user, which is a female officer. She's not too active in the forums, but I think Air Force, maybe?
She sent me, yeah. I know of one Air Force captain, and a big thank you to her because I was in Afghanistan, and she sent me the entire Series 1 cards, Interplay trading cards, including promos. And that's like the first female military brony that I'd heard of was this Air Force captain. And I myself have not found any more female military brony soldiers, airmen, sailors, or anything.
Well, in my platoon, and when I was at the School of Music, yes, I'm in the band. When I was in the School of Music, there were a couple females who liked. Yeah, band camp.
Just one time at band camp.
Yeah, there are a couple females in there who like the show, and where I'm stationed at in North Carolina. Yes, there's like one or two bronies in denial.
If I could help answer your question, you have to understand that obviously bronies are a tiny minority of the military, and women are also a minority in the military still. So you're talking about a minority of a minority. So it's very hard to find.
Yo, dog, I heard you like minorities.
Oh.
Hey, you do like meat-based, don't you?
All right. Yeah.
This is a comment and a question. I just want to say thank you for serving your country.
Well, thank you. We appreciate
Thank you for the country. Really appreciate it. And I'm going to set up a firestorm between you guys. Who is best princess?
Best princess?
Best princess. Celestia's best princess.
Princess Big Mac.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna open myself up. You know what? Princess Twilight. What do you want to do? What? You want to go? You want to go? We'll go to at the end.
I had a question about about just for any of you. Are you guys allowed to put MLP patches onto your uniforms, or is that strictly?
No. Okay. So that was actually okay. If anyone remembers last year at BronyCon, there was a little kerfluffle, as I say it. So big guys wore their ACU uniforms. That's the blue camouflage uniforms with My Little Pony cutie mark patches, and that is a serious no-go. You are not allowed to wear that uniform when not on active duty, and because it's disrespectful to the uniform, it's out of regulations, and it makes us all look bad. So, yeah, exactly. So yeah, we have an aura going around. If we see someone in uniform, we're gonna, we will find you.
Yeah, if you see us running, yeah. But
yeah, because again, if you let them know that if we find them, we got an E6, and where Silvermane is an E8, and we're going to give them a lawful order to go change. And if they don't, we're going to track down their unit, and we'll tell them that they disobeyed a lawful order from a non-commissioned officer, and we'll let them handle it.
Yeah,
Punishable under the UCMJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Army Regulation 670-1, our uniform regulation for the Army specifically, says that we can't wear. Cool. Anyways,
we're not getting into regulations here, okay?
Army regulations
we're gonna put
says-
everyone to sleep.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear it like at like really off duty at public events, and also specifically you're not supposed to wear it at like public interviews too. That's one of the things that says it can't. And they totally gave an interview to people, so it's like first uniform, unauthorized patch, interview.
It's like
no go.
Yeah, we had a PR nightmare last year with all that, and so yeah, military bronies got popular. It's like we got onto Fox News, but they weren't particularly positive about us.
Now there is one patch that we just discovered like a week or so ago, and we posted on the internet the Air Force does have a pilot training class with a My Little Pilot. Flying is magic patch.
It's authorized.
The class is
endorsed by the Air Force.
It is authorized, and it is also they contacted Hasbro to get clearance from it because it's part of their copyright. So that is the only patch that you should ever see currently in the military that has a kind of My Little Pony-ish kind of style, and only those people in that class specifically are going to be wearing it. And anyone else isn't authorized to wear it. So,
who is next?
What we got?
Related to the uniforms, what do you feel about people who put on military uniforms for cosplaying like Wonderbolts or?
Well, it's stuff like that. Like if he, like that guy right there, he's not a member of the military, so I don't think there's a problem with it because he's civilian. He can wear whatever he wants. It's not a back of when you're in the military, you fall under what's called the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, that requires you to at all times obey all lawful orders and regulations. He's not under them, so he can wear whatever the heck he wants. And I actually think that is a really cool Lunar Republic. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and there's also the fact that Stolen Valor was repealed, so you can pretend you're in the military and not get in trouble.
Yeah.
But then he's also not pretending either, so it's all fake.
Right.
Give him the test.
All right.
What's
next question?
All right. I guess I have a little bit more of a serious topic. Again, and I'll repeat what one of our previous commenters said. Thank you all for your service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Right now it's been kind of a pretty rough time the past couple of years for military service members, especially within the United States. have you guys noticed, has the show been able to help soldiers that are suffering with like post-traumatic stress syndrome? And have you guys helped any soldiers that have had PTSD and those type of issues?
Yeah, I'll take that question. Like I said before, I'm a firefighter in the military. That is my job. In my career field, I do see a lot. I've dealt with suicides, fatalities, hands-on experience with that kind of stuff. When I was overseas, we had a pilot actually pass away. There was a plane crash off base when I was deployed. That was another reason I got into this, was that incident specifically. And, you know, honestly, it is a good form of therapy. Lauren Faust, when I was talking to her, she was very, very, you know, sympathetic. She understood. And everybody in this community, like I was saying earlier, it is a brotherhood. You guys have been awesome to me specifically, and other people, I'm sure. But coming from somebody who was, you know, coming from a background where, you know, I am dealing with fatalities, I am dealing with, you know, mangled bodies and stuff like that, you know, it does make it a lot harder, but, you know, at the same time, doing something like this, having a hobby, having something to take your mind off of it, absolutely. Absolutely, it changes everything. Like, this has actually helped me tremendously. But this is, you know, this is one perspective. But for me personally, with the experience, yes, I would say this has been great therapy.
I can tell you that I know that I've talked to more than a few people who were under a lot of mental stress and fatigue. None that were diagnosed with PTSD, but I mean, this is really kind of the idea, is that when you're trying to inspire mental fitness, you want to have a support system ready to go. You want to have people who will be able to get help before they immediately need it. You don't want somebody to have to be diagnosed with a mental illness because of some sort of mental injury that may have occurred and then progressively got worse, and then they spiral out of control into far worse things. So at the best that I've seen so far is that people who might be in some sort, might not be mentally fit, I should say, are getting help from kind of just everybody around them, and getting a little bit of therapy from the show, just because they're in this kind of positive environment and there's a lot of people who care about them here. So
just real quick, when I got back from deployment, I was I had a few issues, and but these guys were here for me, specifically that guy right there. He came all the way up from Fort Hood to come welcome me back to the States and listen to all my emotional outpouring that I've been holding in all deployment. And you know, this whole Ponies thing has fostered an amazing community where I know that I can go to any major military installation in the entire United States and outside of the United States and find a home, because there's people there that are Bronies that have gone through the same stuff I have, seen the same things, maybe done the same job, but in the end, we're all there for each other. It goes a bit deeper than the normal, like, you know, military camaraderie, I think, because normally people are a little sketchy around new people, but I can go and instantly find common ground and friends anywhere just because I watch a show with Technicolor ponies.
Friendship is magic.
Next question.
First off, I want to say, awesome panel.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My second a question I am having is, besides the show and like what you guys do, what's your favorite like piece from the pony fandom?
Obviously, I am a huge fan fiction nerd, and I never used to watch it. I mean, like when I would see the posts on Equestria Daily, I would skim right by it because I didn't know what fan fiction was about. I think what most people think when they first hear fan fiction, that it's some, you know, nonsense, you know, horribly written, self-insert fan reference.
My name
nonsense.
is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way.
Yeah, the red and black OC Alicorn, stuff like that. But then I was at one point I saw Silent Ponyville, which, do you remember, where'd she go? Where'd Pinky go? All right, because Silent Ponyville is Pinkie Pie goes to Silent Hill. This can only end in awesome. And it did, and then it was like, you know what? I found out they're just people with stories to tell, and I realized I have a story to tell too. It's about serial killers. You know, fun stuff for kids.
You guys really cheered that? Yay, serial killer!
Yay! But now the bad thing is, in the first chapter, I'm not gonna say who, a certain background pony gets it, and then from now on, every time I watch the show and I see her in the background, it's like, I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! Yeah.
I know.
Good job.
I tried. Failed. I guess I really like the work of a specific individual. His name is Ed Goldwyn. He is also known as Firemane. If anybody's ever seen his work, me and him are very close friends. This is his card right here, by the way. I love this guy's work. He does phenomenal work. He actually did a piece for myself personally, and I believe Black Griffin also has a custom OC as well.
He also did several for us as well.
Yeah, I believe that for military, he's done a lot for us specifically. Me knowing him, I go to New York all the time. I'm actually part of the New York group and whatnot. But I really enjoy his work. I worked with wood for a little while, and what he does, everything is handcrafted. It's amazing. And I respect his work. It takes him hours, weeks to finish some of these stuff. And I talked to him the other day. He raised $3,000 and didn't see a penny. Didn't see a penny of that. I respect that, man. I respect the work. And when you got people in the fandom like that, that's what I'm attracted to, is stuff like that. So, I guess that, and then life-size plushies are cool too. I love seeing those. I actually have if you go to the Traveling Pony Museum, the Rainbow Dash that's in there life-size, that's mine personally. Zion is the creator of that from Manhattan Plush. They made that for me. They found out I was a military brony. She's a very good friend of mine as well, and they made that. And it's cool to say that. It's cool to get the attention and cool to show it off and stuff. Because I wasn't gonna bring it out, but the Traveling Pony Museum specifically requested it, so that's why it's here. So I could show everybody else and kind of help them with their work as well. So.
All right, I'm gonna try and speed these up because we got a bunch of questions, but art mainly, that's just my thing. Really cool. So
I don't know. I like the music's pretty awesome. I play it while I'm riding on my motorcycle everywhere. So I don't know, giving pony music to everybody.
Surprisingly, I'm not much into the music stuff. I'm more into the fan fiction, because what really makes fan fiction great is that it explores areas that the show cannot or chooses not to go. And there's a lot of great fan fiction out there. So yeah, I read a lot of fan fiction. If I were to say which music I liked, well, basically anything sung by Eileen Montgomery. That's it.
All right. Next question.
Hi. Going back to what you said, we're going back to your almost like the psychology path of everything.
Speak up a little bit.
Sorry. Basically, do you see as like this show and probably a few other shows, I guess, I mean, depending on what your choice is, do you see these as like almost an emotional outlet to things, like to actually help you cope with any type of event that goes on post-deployment, pre-deployment, anything?
Yeah, that's basically what we were saying, is that it can be just the conversation with another person in and of itself can be an outlet
Very
to
therapeutic.
just speak to other people with. So yeah, any sort of connection like that, it doesn't even have to be really ponies. It's just ponies is our gig. So
sorry.
All right, next question. Hang on this side.
Next. Dude.
You can at least excuse yourself.
I know, right? Gosh.
You have a friend who is joining the
I'm
Marines.
joining the military, and he is a closet brony.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm wondering if you have any advice on how he should approach his bronydom and joining the military and so on.
If anything, I think we've liked to get the point across that there really is no conflict between the two. And the fact that, you can go in the military and be a fan of whatever you want. I see otaku fans. I see, Whovians, Trekkies, everywhere. All kinds of fans of all kinds of stuff. And my only advice is don't be obnoxious about it. and that's nothing about bronies in general, but it's about fans in general. I mean, I wouldn't want someone up in my face ranting about Doctor Who either, and I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. So the same thing is, it's just be yourself, and if asked, just kind of grin and bear it. They're gonna make fun of you, but hey, you know what?
I would say this, knowing certain drill instructors, I would not
Drill
send
sergeant.
Drill instructors, Marines.
Lawyered.
All right, so don't send him any swag.
No, send him
it's a
stickers
lie.
and T-shirts
Do
and
not do it.
plushies. Send it all to him.
He's a drill sergeant. You can't trust him.
Yes.
All right, next question.
Okay. I had a question regarding like pretty much very similar to the last question that was asked, but more like pony things like shirts, plushies, whatnot. Like, do you just let your flag fly, or do you hide it? You know what I mean? Like,
I've gone to numerous functions wearing a Rainbow Dash T-shirt, and people kind of
FRG.
blink a little bit, but then they just move on.
Use discretion. It's like know who your audience is. It's like know who's gonna care, who's not gonna care, and it's like if it's like there's this one guy who I know I can be obnoxious to, and yeah, we have a good time, and and there's other people who are just really not cool with it, and I just brush it off.
I completely let fly. My entire room is covered in posters, and I have an entire wall covered in perlers.
I just never.
And so
understand
when
why
my
people
first
buy so
sergeant did my
much.
first room inspection, what?
I'm not a merch person. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Well, anyways, when my first sergeant did my first room inspection, I actually had my shirt that says "Every pony's gay for Brayburn" up on there.
Signed by Michael Dangerfield, right?
What's up?
Signed by Michael Dangerfield, right?
I got it signed by Michael Dangerfield. But anyways,
stop making me head slap. My head's gonna turn red.
Shut up.
But anyways, got my. But first sergeant walked in and he was like, "Skeen, what the hell is this?" And but
the sad truth of reality, First Sergeant.
I was like, "These are my ponies, First Sergeant," and then he was immediately distracted by my airsoft arsenal. So I guess he just didn't care. But yeah, people are cool with it. There's a lot weirder stuff you can be into.
Hey, quit laughing.
No, there's soldiers that have like body pillows and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, I think we have time for more questions.
Next question.
Hey, gents. First off, thanks for the panel. I'm Lieutenant Ted Strab, United States Navy. And let's talk about ambassadorship real quick. You guys had hit on the necessity for people in the military to always represent the military well. With regard to Brony fandom, how does that, in your words, really put the kind of responsibility on you to always, good face?
I would say it does a little bit because, again, all the other drill sergeants in my company, they know that I'm a fan of this stuff. And, of course, people always have those first generalizations. So, I mean, I don't say I would feel pressure, but I would say that I am sometimes thinking that, okay, or especially like when I go to events and I wear some pony swag, a shirt or something, that I'm thinking, okay, I got to be on my game because the second I slip up anything, they're going to say, it's because he's a brony. They're just going to dial in on it.
Hey, can I? That's actually a really good point you brought that up because I totally forgot to mention this. But just in case anybody didn't figure it out,
dude, that was you this time.
Just in case anybody didn't figure it out, none of our opinions represent the U.S. military, nor international militaries, nor any of our units, nor have we been endorsed by any public affairs officers or anything else like that. So.
But we did say at Holiday Inn Express last night.
But yeah, it's about how you carry yourself, basically. You can always act like a professional. It doesn't really even matter what you're into. As long as you carry yourself with distinction and professionalism, you're fine. Mm-hmm. Raw. Next question.
Or just work out so much that nobody will want to make fun of you.
Like at Las Vegas Unicon, there was a dude cosplaying as Snowflake, and he was like he was huge, and he was like this Marine infantryman. So it's like, yeah.
All the Marines cosplay as Snowflake because it's so easy. They just use white. Yeah, they can't make it too complicated for Marines.
Because you know what Marine stands for, right? Muscles are required, intelligence not expected. Oh, here he comes.
little known fact, Army stands for Ain't Ready for Marines Yet.
Well, wait. Wouldn't that be ARF me? Yeah, because again, Marines, they don't know how to spell.
All right. Next question.
What's up, guys? So Navy, never again volunteer yourself. Nuclear, submarines. And I just wanted to ask 2 questions. One, what is the service split, the demographics that you guys see as far as bronies? And then also,
I can answer that.
Just to follow on, what do you guys think of?
This man has numbers.
Oh, sorry?
What do you guys think of leadership in the community as far as bronies in the military and how they should? You guys already talked about it a little bit, like carrying yourselves professionally and encouraging others to carry themselves professionally in the community.
All right. Yeah. So the way we have it broken down, U.S. Army for registered users on the forum is far and away the leading on that one. Pretty much after that, it's almost like a 3-way tie between the Air Force, Marine Corps, and the U.S. Navy. Coast Guard, we only have a couple of them, and then everything else are onesies and twosies of international military forces.
Well, then you got to remember that the Army has more personnel than the other branches, so that's probably why there's that skew.
The Marine Corps only has barely 200,000, I think, right now. The Army is at a total of a million.
A million or so, and we're drawing down. So.
Yeah, right. So, as for the leadership, what tends to be the issue that we see, or that I've seen so far, is that the ability for military personnel to respond with individual initiative is what puts us into leadership roles. It's just like, oh, I need to do this, I'm gonna do this. For example, none of our equipment worked, so what'd we do? We just reenacted it. Do we have a plan for it? No. But we did because we understand that individual initiative and personal accountability is how you get to those things that you want.
The unofficial motto of the military, fake it till you make it. Exactly.
If I could just add on to that, when I was I worked as head security for the Big Apple PonyCon. In case anybody was there or knows anything about that, I actually was head security for that. So, it puts us in a leadership role like that because, I mean, it's not like anybody could really necessarily do it. You got to have the right, organizational skills, training, that kind of stuff. I'm trained in jiu-jitsu, Kali, Krav Maga, stuff like that. And, I'm also a pretty big guy. I'm 6'3", so, I have that intimidation factor a little bit behind me. So, it puts us at an advantage if we do that.
I'm trained in Kagad.
All right, next question.
I'm trained in love and tolerance.
We got 5 minutes, so.
Yeah, we think we've like 2 more questions. I think we probably got to wrap up.
Yeah, just about 2 more questions, I think.
Is it working? Yeah, it is. One question that I had, you mentioned that some of you read a lot of fan fiction and all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
Have any of you read Fallout Equestria? And if you have, what's your opinion on it? And if you haven't, go read it already.
Have I on what?
Fallout Equestria.
Fallout Equestria?
Yeah.
Okay, my humble opinion, again, this is just me, I didn't like it. I followed the first couple chapters, and then my question was, why is this pony? Like, they have human-style guns and weapons and technology. It's like, it's not badly written. It's decently written. It's just, it didn't grab me. And I'm not, for much, people are going to laugh at me because I wrote a story about, homicide, but I generally don't like very, very dark stuff because, I don't like seeing bad things happen to my ponies, And so it's open, and the first thing I read is, oh yeah, by the way, all those characters you love, yeah, they're dead. Didn't appeal to me.
Personally, the word count for Fallout Equestria intimidated me into not reading it because, as I've said before, whenever I start something, I want to read every little thing about it so I can give a fair assessment of it, and that would suck away my life, and I am not even going to open that can of worms.
All right, this will probably be our last question, I think.
Make it a good
Yeah, like 4 minutes.
Yeah. Who has a good question? Yeah.
So if I have a comment for Josh, I just want to thank you. It's your original review that got me into the fandom.
You too.
And my question is, are you going to review Dusk's Dawn?
Oh.
He did.
Oh, hi. What a great question.
It's still cool. All right. I was going to review Dusk's Dawn. I was going to mercilessly tear into it. I was going to use every The Room reference I could. But then again, I'm not going to review it. The Autarch of Flame is going to review it. He's going to review it. He's going to
pot, Josh.
Yes. The thing is that the Autarch of Flame has recently come up with a new series called Hades Rifts. And basically, the Hades Rift series is where he voices a character named Hades from Kid Icarus Uprising. Has anyone played that? And you know how Hades is all snarky. He's a grade A troll, and the Autarch, he does his voice very, very well. And so what he's going to do is he's going to do Dusk's Dawn, and he's going to basically mock the crap out of it. And so I think I remember a couple jokes. It's towards the end when they're all walking towards the big room, and it's just a couple lazy cuts with just the different ponies. Oh, watch out, everybody! The changelings are invading again, and the commander is a terrible editor.
I think.
Yeah, he does the voice a lot better than me. So
I think
All right.
that's all the time we have.
We got 1 minute 30 seconds.
Do we one more question, or do we want to do we want to do the private Applejack, or
We can do private Applejack.
it's up to y'all. I don't care.
Private Applejack. I don't even remember it.
Oh, okay. What's up?
This isn't really pony related, but I guess it could fall for anyone in here. But I'm interested in going into the Navy next year, and I'm saying anyone else.
Be a real man. Join the Army.
Okay.
I agree, join the Air Force.
Navy, talk to him. Children.
Actually, I'm
Okay, so
what I'm actually asking is your opinion on which route to take, because I'm wondering, what would you say, rather go enlisted right out of graduating high school, because in May next year I'll be graduating, or I also have the congressman of my state trying to get me recommended to the Naval Academy.
Okay, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. For all the jokes I make, Annapolis is a dang good place to go. If you can, number one, you're going to make more money. Yeah. But number two, you have more impact on the mission. You can affect more changes, and you have a much greater responsibility. So it's up to you. I love being an enlisted man myself. I love being in the ground working with my soldiers. But I think if you have the opportunity to go to Annapolis, by all means, go. And it will, even if you don't stay in the military, it will 100% improve your life. I guarantee you that. Annapolis and West Point. If you went to one of those two. Well, it's the Air Force. So anyway, I'm kidding. Any of the military colleges, if you can go, by all means go. They're all top grade schools.
All right, thank you.
Not a problem.
Yeah, if you want a specific job per se, only certain jobs are allowed enlisted. Other jobs are, obviously officer. I wanted the fire job. It's only allowed enlisted. And the Air Force was the only one that offered it. So that's why I have the job I have. Because I went in knowing what I wanted.
Let me interject to everything everybody else has been saying about that. If for some reason going to Annapolis falls through, don't put being an officer aside, because honestly, most of the people that serve feel that the officers that have been enlisted better understand what the rest of the military, they understand everything that we go through. My favorite officers have been the officers who joined as an E1, very lowest rank, got up at least to E5, and then decided to go be an officer.
All right, that's it. Guys, we're 11:31, so that's going to be all the time we have. Thank you all for coming.
So thank you very much for coming out here. We appreciate every single one of y'all.
Semper Filly, my bronies, and plug for FOBEquestria.com.